What's up, Chael? I met you a couple
What's
times.
up, Chael? What's up? Well, you know what it's like to be me. I'm always getting pulled over and harassed. People assume I'm a rapper. You know my flow. Young man with money and a fancy car. It's rough, but thank you for asking. What's up with you? That's a better question. Fight with Anderson Silva. The fight with Anderson Silva is going to be on the top of Anderson Silva's head the first time I see his prissy little ass. They asked me, are you going to wait till June? Are you going to wait till July? I'll wait right now. Bring the curtain down. Bring that turkey up here. I got business with that guy, and we're going to take care of it the first time I see him. I wrote a song for Anderson Silva, as a matter of fact. You want to hear that?
Yeah.
Anderson, Anderson, little Miss Anderson, I call you a girl, but you're not. You're a mannequin. Anderson, Anderson, little Miss Anderson, I am Chael Sonnen, and I am the people's champion. Look, you're a wuss. There's no way to put it lightly. You ducked me for years, and now Dana's making you fight me. When I beat you in Brazil, I'm going to leave a whole lot richer, but I'm not going anywhere till that old lady makes me a steak for dinner. Anderson, Anderson, Princess Silva, fight you with my eyes closed and I'd still kill you. Anderson, Anderson, Princess Silva, does this bicep look familiar?
How do you think you can make it out of Brazil alive? Because they were threatening Chad Mendes.
Well,
and
you know, you bring up a very good point, and I don't like that. I don't like being in this spot, and I think that it went a little bit too far, and that wasn't my intention. It really was not. And, you know, I'm going to Brazil. I will be there. We have a press conference there on Tuesday. So I'm trying to smooth things over with these guys, but I don't exactly know how, right? So I packed a suitcase full of gifts, full of things from America that they don't have. I'm trying to merge. Yeah, I'm trying to merge the two countries in a way, you know, that maybe we can work together. For example, I bought packets of soap for them because I know they don't have it. And I just want to help, and I brought shampoo. And I brought them dental floss. And, you know, speaking of dental floss and dentistry, it's very interesting. This is a true story. Did you know that the toothbrush was actually created in Brazil? Yeah, it's true. Had it been created in America or really anywhere else, it'd be called the teeth brush. But that's the way that happened. And when I get there on Tuesday, I'm going to explain to these guys that I didn't mean to do this, and I'm going to come with gifts and see if we can smooth it over. Yeah. There's a lot of guys to compete with in that division. You know, one of the toughest fights I ever had was my last one with a guy named Michael Bisping. That was a pretty hard puzzle to solve for me. So I think, you know, there's some potential to do rematches there, and I happen to be a fan of rematches. So, some people are, some people aren't. I happen to really like them. And anytime you have two guys that truly believe they're going to win when they go to fight, that's when you have a great match. I truly believe I can beat him. Bisping, he truly believes he can beat me. I think that'd be a really great match. I haven't even agreed to this fight with Anderson because my demand has not been met yet. I have a demand of my own. Anderson had his list, and I have but one. There will be 80,000 people in attendance, and my demand is simple: silence. When I come through the curtain, they will sit down, they will shut their mouths, they will show respect to their American guest, or I will go back to the dressing room, back to the car, back to the airport, back to America, and those ingrates aren't even gonna see me fight. You know, my ideal fight would be the smallest guy with the most atrocious record in the largest venue for the most enormous paycheck. That would be my ideal matchup if I could somehow put that together. I love easy fights, and that's why I'm already pining for, like, you know, Anderson and then Vitor and these guys. You know, I'm already trying to feather my nest with bums. That's the way I like to do it. Some guys like hard fights. I don't. I like to take the easy road. Thank you
Mr.
very
Sonnen,
much.
a common thread in all the disciplines of martial arts throughout the years since the beginning of time have been respect and humility. Somewhere along the line, I'm sure it was taught to you starting off, but somewhere along the line, you abandoned that. You brought entertainment, the likes of Don King Productions, Floyd Mayweather, WWF. I know it's brought you attention, but do you feel that you've abandoned that long tradition in the martial arts for years? And please remember that not only are you representing the martial arts, but you're also representing America in almost 200 countries in UFC. What is your comment on that? What is your comment to the young practitioners that are coming up that may not be buying into your ways? By the way, you're wonderful on the mat. You're a great champion. I just wish you would act sometimes with a little bit just a little bit more respect. That's all.
Well, now hold on. Raul's got, now hold on, he asked an okay question. Raul, first off, thank you for your service as a fireman. I sincerely mean that. But guys, hold on. I'm not a martial artist, and God, hand to God, I'm an award-winning author, and I don't even know what the word martial means. I'm not 100% I could spell martial, and I know I couldn't define it. So as far as the martial arts, Raul, in fairness, you have no realm of reference outside of what Hollywood taught you in the martial arts. You've never seen the martial arts outside of in the UFC. You didn't go to a junior high, a high school, a college that had any of the martial arts. You've never been to a martial arts competition. Hollywood taught you to bow. Hollywood taught you to wear pajamas with little cotton, different colored belts. Hollywood taught you that it was about respect, not real life. I'm not a martial artist. I am a gangster from West Lynn, Oregon, and I win fights with these, and I make no goddamn apology.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If that was said and you know, we're to fight in the ring again, listen, the first time I fought Anderson, I did everything I could do to make it perfectly clear that our skills are not even close, that I am the best and this will not be close. As sure as night follows day, as soon as I started destroying him, he goes back to the Ed Soros school of excuse making and comes up with, you know, my rib and my back and my la, 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 la. I will tell you again, he can get his excuses ready, but when we get done fighting, we're not even going to be close. And they can talk about he's not in his prime and this happened and this injury and all of this BS that they come up with as marketing, but I will stomp this man for 25 minutes until he gives up.
I took my dog, Huggy Balls, out for a walk, and these two guys pulled up in a pedicab and cut me off, and then jumped out, and one of them pulled out a machete and was like, "Whoa!" You know, and then the other one grabbed Huggy Balls and they took off with him. You know, God knows where he is now. But I was sitting at home that night. I was thinking, you know, what would Van Damme have done? You know, what would Chuck Norris have done? And then I was like, what would Chael Sonnen, the American Gangster, have done in that situation? So.
Well, it's much like the Adam Sandler movie. You don't come to a Q&A, you get out there and you find your freaking dog. That's the first thing I would have done. I hope you get Mr. Huggy Balls back, because all hell would break loose if somebody took Danger Waffles. That's my dog, I can tell you that much. I don't know if wrestling is a great base, but hard work is a great base, and wrestling is very hard. So a lot of times you come from that. And again, you know, and I teased your father a little bit earlier, but I was talking about the martial arts, you know, but these are guys punching the air, and this stuff's phony. This is stuff you learned in Hollywood. There's no other reference that any of us have besides the UFC and Hollywood for martial arts. So nobody actually even knows what it means. I always get faced with this reports when they come in and they tell me about the history of martial arts. And I'm like, oh, the history, so you mean when you watch Chuck Norris or when you watch Bruce Lee? Because I know you've never been to a martial arts event that wasn't called the UFC. With that said, you know, wrestling's a very good base, but at the end of the day, there's not a whole lot of champions in the UFC that are wrestlers. They all can do some wrestling, but they've all had to transform and do some other stuff too. You know, Jose Aldo, I don't think ever had a wrestling match, you know, and he's a fantastic fighter. GSP's the best wrestler in the company, and he doesn't even own a pair of wrestling shoes, so second best. Did I call him? You guys know what I meant. You guys know what I meant when I said that, right? Did I mention I have a book for sale called The Voice of Reason? Yeah, so wrestling is a great base, but the bottom line, hard work.
So my first question is, you made a statement about, did your bicep look familiar to Anderson? I wanted to ask you how his crotch smelled after 5 rounds. I know it's pretty sweaty.
Well done. Actually, let's give him a hand. That's very well done. That's good work, actually, by you. I for one, respect
and
that.
And then also, with as much game that you do have, why did you tap out? Why didn't you just go to sleep?
Well, how would have that benefited me? Why would I go to sleep? That's like the guy that says, I want to tell you I get my arm broke. Well, enjoy yourself, but I'm not going to sign up for that one. I got work to do in the morning. No, I understand. Hey, and you know what? I got no problem with your question, brother. You can ask anything you want. That was fair game, and it was also very funny.
Okay.
Very well played, but yet he will not respond. Next up.
All I need for him to do is to be a crybaby, show up, talk about the rib, talk about all this stuff. That's the new marketing of Team Blackhouse, right? You go have a fight, and then all of a sudden, you know what, I wasn't feeling well. You know, Dos Santos did this. He goes out, he beats Kane. He could have just walked out. Instead, he's, you know, I also got a torn ACL. And what these guys are trying to do is they're trying to tell a story. And the story isn't how I feel. The story is, I'm good, but I could have done even better had I only felt 100%. You know, that's the story that they're attempting to tell, and it's disgusting. So I hope he gets his excuses ready. I like easy fights, and he sucks. I would fight that guy every single day.
Did you hear the news? I heard that Anderson was a metrosexual. What's your comment?
I am shocked. Really? I mean, that blows me away. What's next? You're going to tell me a UFC ring car girl got naked for a few bucks? I mean, you are blowing my mind. The hell you say, young lady? I don't believe it. I mean, that's like telling me that Overeem was positive. I mean, convincing me of that, that's like convincing me that Roy Nelson is clean. I mean, I'm just not going to believe it. I'm going to have to see it with my own eyes, but I'm just not hearing you, young lady.
And can I ask you one more thing?
Absolutely.
Can I come up there and give you a hug?
I wish you would. What's taking you so long?